You got their spurs.
Yeah, they
Nasty.
actually will take them on. They think they can, they will.
I can see the turkeys becoming just as handy as the geese.
Don't have to have water. That's water.
That's right.
But the turkeys, yeah, the turkeys really like that. The turkeys like the corn. When it's coming off the road, coming off the grounds.
Yeah, my comment was also on turkeys, that we're seeing some damage now from turkeys in the western area. There's a couple of flocks of at least 40.
I still have my license through the end of May.
Well, you know, I hated to see them hunting when they were trying to get them established, but I think we're fast approaching the point where nobody's gonna worry about whether they get hunted.
Usually it gets to establish that it's
Feral hogs.
I don't know how to look in this area, but that's quite an issue.
I got two things to, email stuff to try to implement more.
You're gonna see it, you're right. It sounds like it's more down
They
south.
claim
Well,
that
it's over on the other side of Stillsdale coming.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was that
Lost
close.
Lake and Hillsdale has, Walden has found a couple.
Well, I think there's also now more incentive for hunter access program too for landowners. And we just talked about that at our staff meeting too. You know, for those farmers who may not necessarily hunt a lot, but are seeing a lot more wildlife and even to the point to where it's becoming a nuisance. The hunter access program now seems to be paying out a little bit more per acre for the privilege.
Yeah, if you have no-till, you'll get a little bit more. If you have prep, you'll get even more per acre. I think Lauren was saying $25 more possibly.
Right, so you could probably talk with Laura and Lindeman in her office about that, and she'll give you the scoop on it.
Yeah,
That might be a way to go for those who might be,
You mean to allow people to hunt on your land?
right.
And she was saying that the district is going to be signing them up, which means she will probably be signing people up for that program.
They ought to have a hunter certification program, because I've seen some hunters that are a bigger problem than the.
Then you have-
Animal, yes.
That's the whole
Yes.
problem with it right there.
Yes.
We'll send Judith out for that.
They claim that people up north said a few years ago that, you know, there'll be we kind of like to see two turkeys, and they said, well, when they get settled, you won't wish that because dairy farms up a ways. Said they'll get around buffer silos and that type of thing, and really get to be a problem. And I can see that there's more of them. They're not a problem to us right now, but they're thicker than they were. But they're good at roosting. I mean, that's what saves them. If you get after them, they'll get up near far enough for a coyote can't get them. I think we should send the coyotes to Detroit, to Lansing.
Live trapping.
Yeah, they need them live so they can see them. They brought them here and we should take them back to them. I never seen a coyote eating a woodchuck or a coon alongside the road. That's one reason they brought them down here to clean up and stuff. Or a deer.
I've had deer drag them off the road, coyotes drag a deer off the road a week ago.
Have you?
I think they do take care of something, not as much as they should. Must have been an awful hungry coyote, but it happened. See right where they're running right off the road into the past my window.
Well, that's be more, they need fresher, they like fresher.
I would think, yes. But I've seen hawks eat carrion too, that when they're supposed to only eat like cat.
Yeah,
They get hungry enough.
Depends how hungry they are. Wintertime is- Anything else? Anything else under new business?
And small dogs.
Coyotes in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they're tough on rural cats. I've heard a lot of people say
Yeah,
they're
they're-
easy then. Well, we're speeding through the agenda here. Anything else? We'll open it up to public comments, I guess. Gentlemen? Anything?
I have a comment about the pheasant things, and not that I'm have any authority on it, but I seem to experience a lot of things, like John's with turkeys. It seems to me I've seen more pheasants this year than I've seen in many years, you know, especially in the Michigan area. You know, I've traveled a lot out west, South Dakota and stuff where, you know, it's common to see them fly over the roads, but it wasn't that common to see them around here in Lenawee County. I see a lot of them now, so I'm not sure what that means. So it seems like they're surviving
Depends on the
pretty well.
areas, you know, because there are people who are putting prep land and a lot of restoration grasses. And those areas you will see large populations. And it's usually a feast for family because like a lot of other wildlife in the South Rattler, our only viper that we have, right off Valley Road used to be good habitat for them there. And then it's usually to study on them, and there are little pockets of them. So depending on the person you speak to, sometimes they'll say, oh, I got plenty of them in my area, I come get them. Yet a lot of other people would say, I haven't seen one of those in 20 years. And it's the same way with the pheasants. But I've talked to a lot of gentlemen who have also said, you know, we used to have really good pheasant hunting out here, and we just don't see it anymore. And the point about that is there's succession in land. So if you don't try to keep it an open grassland area, it will gradually get to a height or a growth rate of things in there where it's not conducive for pheasants. So if you want to keep a particular species in that area, you actually have to work that after so many years and restore it, because nature gradually has it succeed and it ends up being a woodland area.
I have one other question, that is that just a 3-year pilot project you're talking about?
I'm sorry,
Is that just a 3-year program?
this pheasant
And
initiative?
at the end of that 3-year
Yes.
program, what would happen to that acreage if you could acquire it? Would it go back into, because obviously 12,000 acres, I can't see anywhere that would come from other than farmland, which you would have to take that out of production, I assume, unless there's some kind of crop you're talking about that would give them cover and allow them to live too, and I don't know what that would be.
Successful so that they could continue. If it's successful, Pheasants Forever will continue funding it. They will get, they're looking at some of the other wildlife clubs like the Whitetails and Ducks Unlimited and some of the other wildlife habitat things to help fund too.
Did you say they were looking for land that wasn't involved in agriculture programs right now?
Well, they're looking for both, because they do need cropland, because they need diversity, they need woodlots.
So they need adjacent?
Yes, they need it to be adjacent to the farmland, they need it to be by the woodlots, so they need a variety.
Right. And you may have an area of land that is already in program, but you might have some adjoining land, small strips, outside edges that you might not be doing anything with that can be enhanced and be adjacent to that land, so it can be worked up to be better habitat for them. Improve.
Look, 12,000 acres, you're looking at for contiguous 12,000 acres?
I think that's
Rough math,
I
that's
think that's
about,
the whole-
The whole 9 counties that they're talking.
oh,
Right,
okay,
I
I would
think
say
that's
that,
gonna be the
roughly, that's
total,
probably
but
half
it's
a
gonna be
township
contiguous- it's
that
gonna
you
be
would have to
contiguous
take.
areas, and that, when I first said 1,200, I think that's
What they
the
want,
smaller
yeah, a
parcels.
co-op. They're
Lauren is the expert on this, so we're
Okay.
kind of giving you the overall picture, and she's got exact numbers for you. But they're looking at contiguous sections or contiguous areas meeting a certain acreage amount, and then over the whole 3 counties, a total of the acreage amount. And I think that, 12,000 is what they're looking at, that they can get in or get people to cooperate with within the 3 county area. So you have smaller groups, of people that will partner together and agree to improve their land for pheasants. And if they're looking at that, they're adding it to the total that's been improved for these pheasants.
But
She's
you would
setting
like
up
that to be
a-
contiguous, though?
The partners, yeah, the people that.
You-
that
all
work
the small
together,
parcels
neighbors,
still you
maybe
want
have some other people
contiguous.
that have a 40-acre parcel here and 60-acre parcel, and they kind of butt up against each other, trying to get them to work together to both do some improvement on them, so it'll be more, a better habitat for pheasants.
Now, she's setting up co-ops, so if you
Right.
have a group in your neighborhood and you want to set up a co-op with some of your neighbors, you can call Lauren and she'll come out and she'll talk to you
Right.
and
Talk to
help
the group.
you and tell you what you need to do.
You say for me, I don't have enough land to worry about.
But you might know your neighbors who do, and you might be the right person for, to help get it set up, to have them come in, and then she could talk to all of them.
Yeah, I was just trying to see how that would work out with the mission of this committee, which is farmland preservation and so on and so forth, is how you could take 12,000 contiguous acres out of production for pheasant and justify that, and still, it's still.
Economics would dictate that it can't happen.
Right, yeah, that's my question, and I'm not a farmer, but it's just a point that I thought, well, I wasn't sure you were doing. Thank you.
Yeah, but she can give you all the details if you are interested, you can just call her and she can give you some facts on it. So it'll clarify everything, because I'm not the expert on that, so, whatever, whatever you might want to know in detail, she'll be the perfect person to help you with that. That's it.
Anything else, Josh?
Yeah, I'll just make two quick comments. The first one, just to the discussion about the turkeys and that, it does seem like the number of pheasants out in Ogden Township that I've seen at least seem to be down, although I have noticed that there are one or two fairly large turkey flocks there along Horton Road and some of the, I don't know if that's Bear Creek or Black Creek, whatever watershed that is. There's been some pretty extensive flocks I've seen here lately that 5 years ago I don't remember being there. The other thing, maybe more related to some of the stuff here with the wind issue, I wanted to extend an invitation to everyone on the Ag Committee and any interested person actually, to attend a movie showing that the IICC, the local citizens group, is going to be putting on June the 11th, 6:30 doors, 7 o'clock start at the Christian Family Center, Center Stage Auditorium. There's going to be a documentary played called Windfall that looks at a community in upstate New York that had to deal with the wind issue. Actually looks at two communities, because one of the communities did not pursue wind, whereas one of the other communities had approximately 200 turbines in their community, and kind of addresses some of the issues and some of the concerns that come forward. I would encourage people on both sides of the issue to come out, see the film, and be part of the discussion, and be able to take an active part in whatever side of the issue you're on, and just be part of that and be part of the discussion as we go forward as a community. Thank you.
Any other comments from anyone? If not, I'll entertain all in favor?
Aye.
That looks like one of my meetings at home.